Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, coffee, tea, matcha, hot milk, we don't judge. Orange juice, apple juice, prune juice. Guys, spaghetti, meatballs. What are you eating? I'm always hungry, always ready to talk. Okay. Samsonite Sarah went to the courthouse and she was so confused. She even said, I'm confused.
I am thoroughly confused. I am thoroughly confused. I am thoroughly confused.
I'm confused.
Will I be having additional time added, or will it be extended from the time period of me waiting for my discovery still?
I'm not in a position to answer that question. I don't know what it is that you're asking for.
My pretrial is supposedly set for September 24th, I believe it is. So obviously I will not be prepared, and obviously I do not know what I'm doing.
Do you have any questions for me?
I am thoroughly confused. Was a notice ever put online for this or mailed to anyone? I don't even know why Mr. Lane is here. I don't know why I'm here.
Let me remind you.
Sarah.
Do
You.
you have any questions for me?
I am thoroughly confused. Was a notice ever put online for this or mailed to anyone? I don't even know why Mr. Lane is here. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, ma'am, you are now representing yourself. And previously you had requested to be appear at every hearing that was held. As you are now representing yourself, the court cannot have any hearings regarding your case without you being here. I put on the record and explained to you the process that the court has had with communications with the jail. I'm not allowed to look at any of that. I'm not allowed to copy any of that. So in speaking with the jail and understanding that you still have a private investigator that was provided to you through the state that's being compensated by the state, you're still allowed to utilize his services. The protections of the attorney-client privilege are still applicable to him, so he's able to review any of these documents, ensure that they are safely copied without violating any terms of the privileges. Those will then be placed on multiple USB drives and provided to you. Those USB drives will then be uploaded to a computer that has been secured for you at the jail for you to access all of that information.
And the judge thought, you should have kept one of your 8 lawyers that you didn't want. Here's what I think is going on with Samsonite Sarah. I think that she's trying to get off on some sort of technicality. I think that all of those lawyers probably said to her, Sarah, you're on tape. I mean, the guy's in there asking to be let out. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, that is called MURDER, and you're responsible for that. And I think Samsonite's saying, hey, but you don't understand what he did to me before this, or last week of this, or last year of this. You don't know what I endured. And I think that they said it doesn't matter. The extenuating circumstances, it doesn't matter. Samsonite Sarah, it's still against the law. And I think Sarah was looking for that one lawyer. You know, that one with the side of Keene. Sorry, couldn't help myself, guys. It's still against the law. And I think Sarah was looking for that one lawyer to say, I understand what you did. This is a new law that we can get you out from that law. There is no such law, Sarah. You broke the law, Sarah. You MURDER'd Jorge.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah.
No matter what, you put it on tape. There's no lawyer that's going to say, that didn't happen. Of course we understand what you did, Sarah. Of course. And please, smack on the wrist, there you go. That's what I think Sarah wanted. And because no lawyer said, yeah, we got a way of you to get out of that, Sarah tried to find the lawyer that was willing to see things her way and say, I can get you off. You know, that zealous lawyer, the one with the side of Keene, that guy. There's no lawyer. So now Sarah, it's her job to get herself off. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. But here's the problem when there is a defendant that acts as their own attorney. Besides the shit show that it is, what happens is the other lawyer ends up working for that person, for the defendant. Okay? The other lawyer has to do extra work because there is no other lawyer to take responsibility of things. So that other lawyer has to kind of make sure. Otherwise, what Sarah's next hope is, somebody's not going to give me something that I need in this trial. And because of that, I'm going to get off on it.
Contacted him?
I did not contact him.
Am I allowed to speak to him directly?
You can?
Mr. Lane, who contacted you in order for you to be here, please?
JA contacted me.
If I'm pro se and my own attorney, shouldn't I be included in all of this so I know what's going on and not a surprise?
Fair
hearing
question,
like
fair
this again
question.
For the second time?
Fair question.
Ma'am, again, this is why there were benefits to being represented by counsel. The court
Fair question with a fair answer.
has already identified in its 16-page order the reasons for why you no longer have those benefits.
Right, which
It
is
makes things
malformed.
exceptionally more difficult, as I explained to you, in communicating with the court and communicating with the state attorney's office.
Isn't that what a certificate of service is for anything that's filed by anybody in the court?
There
That
was,
should be included in that.
ma'am, there was no certificate of service for setting this for today. This was coordinated by the JA. You were advised as soon as it was set. It was set yesterday.
It's just very odd to me that the news knew about it before I did.
Again, I can't speak to that.
And so nonetheless, my constitutional right to counsel is being forfeited on your behalf in the court. So now I don't get appropriate notice in preparation for me to be able to be here and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and act as and perform as?
I've already addressed the reasons, ma'am, for why there was a forfeiture and alternatively a waiver in the 16-page order that you were provided. Again, it's difficult to communicate with you based on where your current housing is. I'm not able to pick up the phone. The judicial assistant's not able to pick up the phone to communicate with you or send you an email to schedule certain things. And it leaves a little bit of a level of further complication.
Okay, but you do know it's harder for me.
Yes.
I would agree with that, yes.
Yes.
And you do know that you did not ask me any questions in regards to your order. You just read it straight off and never asked me what's what or how many with anything of it.
Ma'am, if you have questions, I can certainly try to answer them. I'm trying to facilitate you getting that information that you're certainly entitled to, and it took time for a process to be created by the Orange County Jail. As they had advised me, they do not have a place to store 2 bankers' boxes of information, nor are they in a position to provide you physical copies. This is what I've been advised as the process is. As soon as that process was finalized, I set the hearing. This was finalized yesterday.
So in other words, this trial is going to go through, but because Sarah's representing herself, something's going to fall through the cracks, she's hoping, so that she can get an appeal and get off on that. That's what I think Sarah's trying to do. I think she's trying to make sure that she doesn't get something, and so therefore she could claim, it wasn't fair, they didn't give it to me, this piece of documentation wasn't given to me, and because of that, get me off, it wasn't a fair trial. That's where I really think she's going. Because what she did was plain as day, and then she taped it, right? Sarah doesn't even look like the same person, you have to admit, right? This, I know it's 4 years later, and also supposedly a sober Sarah now, because Samsonite Sarah before, during the video where she's taping the video of Jorge saying, hey, Sarah, I can't breathe. Sarah, I can't breathe. Sarah, I can't breathe. You know, she's laughing and mocking him, right? So she, and she even says, you know, I had too much to drink. There's been sayings and people seeing that Sarah's been messed up as early as 9 a.m. in the morning. So Sarah clearly had a drinking problem. I guess she wanted somebody to say, oh, you were drunk, Sarah. Now we understand. Okay, well, don't drink anymore. And, you know, good luck to the next boyfriend. That wasn't going to happen. And Sarah has now made herself, now the judge is working for her. It's kind of, again, it's kind of like if you're your own lawyer, the other ones have to work doubly hard to make sure that you get everything you need. And in the meantime, you can't get everything you need because even the judge is saying, listen, we tried to give you this, and this, but the jail's not willing to take the responsibility for all of this, and this. There's only so much stuff you could get. You said you only had so much space, Sarah. So, I mean, unless we give you a suitcase to keep your stuff in. You see what I did there? So Sarah is just going to now make things so difficult and try to make things, I think she's going to try to make things so confusing that the other attorney and the judge aren't going to know if they're coming or going. But this judge, a smart little cookie, this judge is saying, I see you, Sarah. I see you. And I hear you, just like you heard Jorge. But this time I'm going to address you. I'm going to do something. Unlike what you did to Jorge just by saying, see. I'm going to do my job, Sarah, and my job is to make sure that you do have a fair trial. And I'm going to make sure you have a fair trial because you're going to go to jail for a very, very, very long time for unaliving somebody, knowing that you did it, you taped it, you mocked him, and you don't get to just say, oops, I was DURNK, and forgive me. You don't get to do that. So that's what I think Sarah's trying to do before the trial took place. That's what I think Sarah is trying to do. That's why she has so many lawyers that she's been through. So this woman is just really trying to prolong and make the water so murky that she's really hoping to get off on either just annoying the hell out of people. Sarah, you've annoyed us to the point that we want you to take your bags, suitcase, and go. You see what I did there? So, anyway, guys, August 5th, Sarah's going to put on a show for us. That's when the trial begins. The suitcase trial. Samsonite Sarah, she's showing up. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think she's really up to? Do you think she's smart? I think that we are going to continue to see the stupidity of her. And she's not going to be like Daryl Brooks. Because there's going to be a little substance in what she's saying, where Daryl just looked stupid. And, but the judge really, really was patient with Daryl Brooks. I don't think this judge is so patient. This judge is kind of really like black and white with her. And this is the way it is, Sarah. I've heard you. And he's even repeated things verbatim from her. So I think Sarah's in for the long haul. You see what I did there? Somebody ought to call the bellman. See what I did there? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Samsonite Sarah, August 5th. Can't wait for that one to see how we do with Sarah. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think in the comments. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great one. See ya. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. And never be Samsonite Sarah. Thanks, guys.